Okay, so this video is actually to introduce you to the programming that we'll be performing for the next 6 weeks. I'd like you to know that this programming and everything that I've come up with is specific from the Essentials of Strength Training and Conditioning book, which is what you used to take your CSES test, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. So normally when we see a lot of our programming, maybe we'll see just one goal, maybe to try to see if we can improve our strength or improve our 1RM. But it was brought to my attention from my coaches that it's important to really explain to you what this is and what we're going to be doing for the 7 weeks. So first thing, understand that next week, starting Monday, is going to be a test week. We're going to be testing on different energy systems and different types of resistance training, etc. So just to give you a quick little recap or just a quick introduction, there are 4 different types of resistance training. There's power training, strength training, hypertrophy training, and muscular endurance. And then there's also some different type of energy systems. You have phosphagen systems, fast and slow glycolysis, oxidative systems, and then these go into things for like sprinting, interval training, lactic threshold training, and even long endurance. So just understand that everything that we're going to be doing, I'm trying to bring it all together and we're going to be training that way. So one of the most important things to any progression is going to be a test. You want to be able to test something for the first week, and then you have 5 weeks to 6 weeks of progression, and then you retest. This is how you know if your training has truthfully helped benefit you. So hopefully most of you can make it. My recommendation would be for those who come 3 times a week to try your best to choose those 3 days that you feel will best improve what your fitness goals are. Those who come every day or 4 days a week, same concept. But again, the more you come in, the more recovery needs to be thought of, and it has to be part of your training. So let's just get right into it. Monday is going to be a power / fast glycolysis. So basically our goal here is going to be power training. So we're going to have a 1RM power clean, which is you're going to see every 2 minutes on the minute for 5 sets. Now, this is important. I need you guys to understand that it is based off every 2 minutes on the minute. So you can't be taking extended rest periods to try to hit certain weights, or that's not really going to work for what we're looking for. I have let my coaches know that there's 3 things we're focusing on, right? So the level of a power clean, so what levels you're trying to catch a power clean, to pull that power clean to the chest and then drop underneath, and then to not make contact with the bar if you make contact by pausing or stopping, right? So if you're somebody who pulls that bar, stops, and then tries to hit it, our coach's goal is to show you first how to keep that bar moving and then add contact to that after. So that's going to be test 1. Test 2 on Monday is going to be 30 seconds of max effort C2 bike, followed by 90 seconds rest. This is going to be 6 sets. Okay, so that's quite a bit. I know 30 seconds, we kind of think like, oh, I want to really work out the whole entire time, but I need you guys to understand that the rest period is important. If you truly are trying to get that intensity up, we want to see you get as many calories as you can in this short period of time, right? Then you need to make sure that you're taking that rest so that way when we come back around, you can really put yourself into that machine and try to get those high calories. My recommendation for this is going to be to have the damper anywhere from 7 to 10. This way you can really test your power and pushing into the bike itself. Now, what's important as I continue on with these tests is that whatever you do on this day, you do that same test 6 weeks from then. So you wouldn't want to do this as a damper of 10 and then 6 weeks from now you do it at 7, right? If you're going to choose 8 or 9 as a damper for all 6 rounds, keep it the same. So that way when I program for the 5 weeks, if we have a C2 bike in the workout, you're putting in at damper 8. You're always working at damper 8. You're trying to improve yourself there. Okay, so just be aware of that. Second is taking notes. So yes, you can put it into the app, but my honest recommendation for this is going to be to write it down. Either 1, get yourself a notebook, a training notebook, write down your scores, keep track of what you're getting, or 2, write it notes inside of your actual notes in your phone. Okay, it's really important you're tracking this. Last thing you want to do is forget what you got, not be sure, etc., etc. Second is with these scores, we are going to be using the whiteboard downstairs. Okay, for all my classes, my coaches will be writing down your name, what you got as a score. One, this is really for you. It's not so that way, you can other people or this and that. It's really so you can see where you are. And then also maybe you have a partner or somebody you like to train with. And if you're somebody who does this workout and then at the end you're kind of like, oh, that wasn't too bad, and you get, 50 calories, for example, but your partner who you train with or someone you usually train with gets 80, that really shows you that the intensity level that you put into that bike may not have been as good as you can do. So just understand we are going to be keeping track. And there are going to be some ways to change, and we'll talk about that on this next one. So Tuesday is going to be upper body strength. So we're going to have a 3 rep max bench press, 5 sets of 3, every 2.5 minutes. And again, programming for Tuesdays will revolve around improving that. The way we work is we have higher volume as week 1, lower intensity, and through every week we lower the volume and increase the intensity. So you'll see how that goes as we progress week by week. Test number 2 for this day is going to be muscular endurance. So this one is a 15-minute AMRAP. You have 50 box step-ups, 40 sit-ups, 30 ring rows, 20 single-arm dumbbell press. You will be able to use a push press if you need to, or strict press, whichever you want, 10 burpees, and then repeat. And like I said, if we get to the single arm dumbbell press, if you're somebody who wants to go lighter but focus on strict press, right, 10 and then 10, or if you want to go a little heavier and use a little bit of a push press, that's fine. But whatever you do on the first test, you need to do the same thing 6 weeks from now so you can actually see how the programming changed. Did your consistency really improve you? This is going to be great for those who feel like they've been plateaued or maybe they're not seeing those improvements they're looking for. By measuring where you are and where you stand in the beginning, it can really push you to achieve those goals you're trying to get, 6 weeks down the line. Let's see, Wednesdays is going to be our endurance and core day. So you'll start Wednesday with a core workout. Specifically, when I say core, it's really going to be not just like abs. You're going to have abs, glutes, lower back, hanging from the bar, basically anything that's going to really get that midsection strong, including your lower back, glutes, shoulder blades. From there, okay, now this is important. You're going to have a 1.5 mile run or a 5,000 meter bike. Those who are biking should be individuals who maybe have trouble running. They get a lot of maybe like some ankle joint issues, shin splints. So running really might not be the best option for them. Everybody else, I'd like you to try to run, get better at running. But again, it is going to be up to you. As soon as you perform these two, you're going to go right into 75 wall balls for a time. So realistically, what this does is you're trying to learn to run at a paced tempo. We want to think of this as a lactic threshold, right? So you want to push yourself right to that part where you can tell you're kind of fatiguing, and then try to maintain that for however long this workout is going to be. It's going to have about a 28-minute cap. Realistically, the way this trains is there's a lot of people who can run the 1.5 mile run really fast, but as soon as you get to the wall balls, you might see that individual die out, maybe do 10 at a time. So in my personal recommendation or goal would be to choose a weight in the wall ball where when you come in from the 1.5 mile run, you want to try to get 75 wall balls unbroken, right? This is both a endurance and you see some muscular endurance there too, trying to keep that heart rate and move. The wall ball is challenging, but it's going to be a really fun workout there. So you can expect longer workouts on Wednesdays, a lot more body weight stuff, machines, stuff, workouts like that. Thursday, we're going to have our lower body strength day, so an interval endurance. So we're going to have 5 rep max back squat, 5x5 every 2.5 minutes. And again, we're keeping to that time frame, the 2.5 minutes, so we can try to improve our recovery time. And then we're going to have this fun workout. So it's 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 5 minutes, or 5 rounds. So it actually ends up being about a 20-minute workout. You're going to choose a machine that isn't a C2 bike. So you have the option to choose the row, the ski, or even the rogue bike. I don't mind if you want to do that one, but we'll try to stick it to ski or row. We just got another rower. We're going to get another skier, so hopefully there's more than enough for everybody. Now for this to work, that 2-minute on has to be intense. Your goal has to be to get as many calories as you possibly can for 2 minutes and then rest for 2 minutes. And this is where the scores on the whiteboard are really going to come into play, because this is where a lot of us aren't quite sure what it's like to push for 2 minutes or how to keep a really strong pace for 2 minutes, knowing that we're going to rest 2 minutes after. And this is going to be true interval training, a 1-for-1 rest ratio. So, and again, when you see this, when the programming starts, you can expect this is the type of program you're going to get on Thursday. So on Thursdays, you might see, a 4-minute workout with 2-minute rest. You might see 5-minute workout, 3-minute rest, or 1 minute on, 1 minute off, right? So interval training here. Again, these are our tests, but the actual programming that comes with it is going to revolve around these specific training parameters, right? Finally, Friday, we're going to go ahead and go into more upper body focus. So I do get a lot of individuals who kind of tell me like they want to work on arms. So you're going to see a lot of arm stuff on Friday. But even with that, we're going to have specific tests. So the first test is going to be a 2-minute max effort push-ups. And for this, we are going to have a standard. And so the standard is going to be a ab mat. What this means is you can do it from the knees or from regular push-up, but you must go down, touch the pad, come up, okay? And we'll go over that Friday, but again, I'm kind of really pointing out the fact that these tests that you're doing need to have standards for you. I got the question from my coaches, well, what if they can't hit it? So we can always do 2 ab mats, and then that way you have a little bit less range of motion, but you can still hit that pad. But again, what I've been saying is if that's how you do it this Friday or this week, test week, 6 weeks from now, don't take away one of the mats. We want to show that you've improved based off the standards of the test that you took and how you took it. And then finally, Fridays are going to be fun, like strongman days. So we do have a 5 rounds for 10 sandbag cleans. So you'll pick that sandbag to the shoulder, right, 10 times, and then you'll carry the sandbag to the fence and then back. You'll also see some sled pushes this day. You'll see some farmer carries, et cetera, when programming comes. So you have an idea of what we'll be doing. So hopefully that's good enough to be in depth for what we have going on. Saturdays, Coach Cam is going to be coaching Saturdays. So what you'll see Saturdays, 8 a.m. will still be our sweat class. So most likely, 30-minute workouts, a little bit more body weight, endurance training. And then I've spoken to her, and she's going to go ahead and be programming something that she feels is good for you guys, 9 a.m. on Saturdays. Now, remember, just like anything else, she's going to specify kind of what it is you guys will be working on. So that way on Saturdays, when you come in on those days, you kind of know what it is that you'll be performing. So this is just a quick little intro. I know it might have been a long video, but hopefully you got through it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Let me know. Hope you guys have a lot of fun with this. And hope we all make those fitness improvements that we're looking for. Can't wait to train with you guys, and let's enjoy it.